I think we're live.
Do it live.
We'll do it live. Should I say the F word or should I wait like 37 seconds?
I think they got rid of that, and I already did. We were both kind of talking at the same time, so maybe that's good. But I heard YouTube got rid of that rule.
Dude, I've always said fuck. Like, if I feel the need to say fuck, like within 0.3 seconds of a video, guess what?
Yeah.
I say fuck. I don't care. And so far, it hasn't really hurt me too bad. You know?
That's I have used whatever language I want to use pretty much because I'm like, no one's watching my channel anyway, so it's totally cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think if you build an audience, they will come. You know, that's old school, but that's what I did. Build the audience, interact with the audience. They will forgive you for saying fuck. It will happen.
And
like
then
Ryan
maybe
Mike, he'll forgive you.
Yeah, you'll convince some people to throw it in there. What's happening, Ryan?
What's up, Ryan? That's what's up.
That's my good buddy from Portland, Oregon. Huge horror fan, Lee. So back in the day when I was listening to you daydreaming about doing YouTube, I was hanging out with Ryan. We were working at a pizza shop together. I saw his thorn tattoo, and I went up to him, and I was like, "Oh, dude," I was like, "Thorn tattoo, huh? Curse of Michael
Is this
Myers."
a true story?
Yes, this is a true story. This is my buddy Ryan. And
wow, that's cool.
Like, I spot his tattoo. I say something about Curse of Michael Myers, and he walks up to me. I'm sorry, it gets like this close.
Yeah.
He's like, how do you know about that? I'm like, because I fucking love those movies. And we were like best friends immediately. We used to close down the pizza shop, walk to, like, we didn't live too far from each other. So like walk home and just bullshit the whole way. It was amazing.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He was my test audience for my YouTube.
Anytime you meet somebody that gets a clue that you're into Halloween 6, they're gonna bark.
Yeah. Well, like when you see that thorn tattoo, you're like, oh, I got a buddy. Like that's
giveaway, that's the ultimate giveaway right there. You know, when I was deployed in Oman, Rob Muse, that's my buddy, Rob Muse. He's got the coolest name ever too. I wish I had his name, Rob Muse, M-U-S-E.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And he's as cool as his name is. You know, he's total punk rock. His favorite band's a punk rock band that I've never heard of. You know, I just wish I was. He's got blonde hair. But Rob Muse,
handsome.
Rob, if you see this, you son of a bitch. But we were talking, and we were like the top 2 movie guys, because we would all get together like at night and do like movie trivia, and me and him would always win. And somehow we found out that we were both Halloween 6 fans. And then I remember him saying, dude, so you know that there's and this is before the producer's cut was finally released, but he was like, dude, you know that there's a producer's cut. And I'm like, do I know that there's a producer's cut? Are you kidding me, Rob? Jesus.
Yeah.
And then
what are you going to tell?
What
are you going to tell me next? You're going to tell me that the original Mask was based on William Shatner? Come on, bro.
I know.
Of course, I know about the producer's cut.
Have you ever had a Joe Sixpack come up to you and give you like just a movie fact that like everybody should, like every horror fan's gonna know, like the William Shatner thing with Michael Myers? I've literally had somebody. We were a Joe Sixpack. And he was like, hey, did you know, because we were talking about, did you know that mask was based after William Shatner? And I played along. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
Yeah, I've had that. Like, I've had the moment where I tell somebody that I'm a huge, like, big fan of Halloween. Like, Michael Myers is like my favorite. And then they say that. And I'm just like, I just told you, like, I just told you this is one of my favorite things, and you think like your basic ass is gonna throw some factoid at me that I don't already know? Go to the mall. Get out of here.
I would hope that they're just fan checking you. You know,
maybe
like they know, but they're just checking. Like if he doesn't know this, then he's full of shit. You a channel member, Happy Sanjo. Thank you.
What's happening?
Welcome to our crazy Drumdum world. By the way, guys, Nick will be here in a sec. Let's say hello to some people in the chat.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Beth, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Ashton, Adrian James, Brooke, how are you doing? I always start from the bottom and work my way up like an idiot. I should just scroll up. Okay. Brendon, how you doing? I was chatting with Brendon on Instagram, actually. Yeah. Fachi, who's that guy?
Fachi.
He was a big fan of Scream 7. But he's not a fan of Scream 4. He's not a fan. Did you see that? Because we all scroll the Instagram. Did you see the video of the guy and he was saying that Scream 4 is like the best Scream movie, and he
I
was
have
giving
not.
some good valid reasons, but
I think it's my favorite sequel. So like I'm not too far from there, you know.
It was
like,
my number 2 for a long time, and then Scream 2 finally creeped back up, and now Scream 4 is like 3 or 4.
Oh wow!
But
yeah, Scream 2 is amazing as well. Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Dead Pit Radio. I was watching; they do cover some interesting topics on their clips. They were talking about convention pricing, and I was like, I gotta, And we've talked about conventions in the past, but I kind of just want to ask the chat here, like, how they're feeling on this, like, because I don't really like, I don't want to go to conventions anymore. And I think that's a big reason. And maybe it's because I got it out of my system. I went to Spooky Empire like probably 3 or 4 times, 4 years in a row. But I noticed every time I went, the prices kept getting higher and higher and higher. But I think I quit going before they went like crazy. So like, let me share my screen here and we can look at this real quick. Because
let's see how crazy it gets. StreamYard loves messing with you on that.
Oh, dude, it constantly fights with me. Okay. Share screen. There we go. And
horror. No, not that tab.
Yeah.
No, not that tab.
No. Okay. Well, we can start with the Michael Biehn Terminator.
Okay.
And guys, all respect. We are fans of all of these celebrities. Okay. I'm not here to like knock any of them. They got to work.
Maybe I am.
Yeah. JV is. Okay. I'm going to chicken out and say, Michael Biehn is like one of the coolest cats in the world. He's awesome in Terminator, and he solidified Kyle Reese. Okay. I'll say that right now. Nobody will ever be able to fill the Kyle Reese shoes. He's just the guy. His performance was legendary. People quote his lines like he stole the movie almost from Arnold. He was that good in the first Terminator. But it's been over 40 years now.
Yeah.
And we got an 8x10 autograph for $80. Anything else, props, posters, figures, bio items, $100.
Why?
Selfie on your phone, $80 for a selfie.
Yeah.
Additional quote. So if you want him to write, Cowabunga or something like that, that's $40. Character name add-on, Hicks, Kyle Reese, $20. So that's an addition to the quote. And then you got the combo. Does that come with fries, the combo?
And the combo is not even that screaming of a deal. It's like $10 off or what? Like
autograph and a photo, 150, 170.
Why is it $20 more expensive to just have a prop that you bring get signed? Is it like, what's happening there? Is it that difficult to sign the thing? And they got you too, because you don't want to be that guy in the line and you got a bunch of people behind you and you want to like say, can we pause for a sec? I just have some questions about about all this. Yeah.
You just got to it's like the soup Nazi. You got to take your soup and you got to move on.
Yes.
And you pay what you
have
pay.
Think about how much you're making hourly when an additional quote. So what? 20 seconds of writing costs $40. Like that's pretty good per hour right there.
And I remember when the last time I went, they had like 2 different prices on there. One was a selfie, one was a signed photo. That was it. So it was an easy choice, and they were usually like $40 to $60.
Yeah.
But
now, I wonder. I'm guessing with some of these guys, like, so some of them are a little bit older. The folks that are charging a little bit more. So maybe it's just sort of like, give me a reason to get out of my house kind of thing, And then also you got to be, you got to be looking at the management. Somebody's running this thing for them. They're not putting together all the numbers or whatever.
You're right. You can't fully blame the celebrity because they have an agent and their agent is probably saying, hey, you could get this.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I saw, and I think this was one of Dead Pit's shorts, but I saw Danielle Harris. She was talking about, they ride coach. You know, they make deals with what they can get,
Mm-hmm.
even like to the hotel, to the plane ride. And she said she negotiated to get first class. And she was talking about how D Wallace, who is a freaking legend,
Mm-hmm.
still charges, I think, like freaking $30, and she rides coach. You know, and so she was
Yeah.
like pulling D Wallace aside and saying, D, you're a legend. You could get more.
Yeah.
So that's the opposite side of it.
Sure. Yeah.
Because is D Wallace that far below Michael Biehn? That's for the chat to tell me, but I think D Wallace is a freaking, and you know what? She
Yeah.
is like one of the sweetest people I've ever met. I met her. She signed my thing for my buddy that passed away a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
Derek.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, she was a sweetheart. So here's Linda Hamilton. Might as well put the two together.
Yeah.
And if you're going to one of these things, if you get the Michael Biehn, you're probably going to want to get the Linda Hamilton. So hers, the autograph is $90. Autograph premium, whatever that means, $120.
Autograph.
The selfie for $90. Character name $20. Quote up to 5 words $40. So you got 5 line items.
What is this character name nonsense? The fuck is that? That is like the convenience charge. You buy a ticket, you're like, oh dude, I'm gonna go see this band. It's awesome. Like the tickets were only like $32. Then when you cash out, it's like $59. You're like, what the hell just happened? You know,
dude.
Character name $20.
Yeah,
come on, Linda.
You know what's gonna happen eventually? I'm calling this right now. I'm scared to say it because I'm gonna put it out into the universe. It's going to happen, but they are going to charge you for standing in line. There's going to be a service fee, I think now. So,
well, in some ways they kind of do, because you can buy those, you know, when they do the photo ops in front of the backdrops and all that, they pre-sale those. So that's like an opportunity to just have a pre-sale right there. So they already, I mean, whatever. I'm not looking at the numbers. I'm not trying to ridicule their finances, but I would imagine that a lot of these big stars, by the time they show up, they've been paid for already. And most of it's probably like icing on the cake for the people that do those, the pre-sales, you know,
and God bless them. I guess if you wanted to defend them, you could say, what do A and B list actors make? For, you know, we're talking like $20 million, $5 million. So when you compare that to what these, I don't want to say freaking yesterday, because I don't want to say has been. That's just a rude way of saying it, but you know what I mean? They're just, this isn't their heyday. You know? So they're like horror icons, they're legends. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, if it's not their fault, if we're willing to pay it, then
exactly,
you know, God bless them.
That's the whole thing about a free market, right? Like they have these prices set, people are lining up, people are paying out the nose. It is like I think what did Lizzie says, they are fuck my already broke fan prices. That's what they are.
So I guess,
and that's what I think about that bums me out, is because we all want to meet these people and have these interactions when it's not like financially feasible for you to go to a convention that you've already paid money to go to, or maybe you've taken time off work to go to, or you're bringing family or whatever, and you're there and you want to meet some of these people and have those interactions. Of course, I think we all expect to pay for a certain level of personal interaction, but man, these prices, you really are pricing people out of an experience that some people have waited, 40 years for, something like that. So I think that's the shame of it. But it's fully well within their right to charge whatever they want. I'm happy, like, going to H45 and going to like Mad Monster and everything, I've found more fair prices than not, for people. And of course there's just gonna be a scale, right? So
the last time I went, Nancy Keys, who played Jesus, why am I forgetting Annie? Who played Annie? She was very reasonable. The Keys. I don't know. I didn't plan that, but it happened. The Keys. She was like, I think 30, 40, something like that. She was very reasonable. And I'm usually the guy that goes for the deep cut celebrity. I don't usually go for like the Bruce Campbell or the Robert Englund. Because
me too.
They're everywhere. I don't need an autograph from them, because I mean, they're like, I open up the internet without even typing anything. Boom, their face is like right there. So I kind of get a kick out of the deeper cut celebrities that you don't hear people talking about. I feel like when I'm looking at my shelf and I see a signature with them on it, for some reason, I don't know. I think that's cooler for lack of, I don't know.
Yeah.
I enjoy that.
I do the same thing. I'd rather go and get a bunch of signatures from people that are like 40 to 60 bucks than only be able to get like a couple of the big guns, you know, like when I age 45, it was like, I wanted to meet Anthony Michael Hall because I love so much of his work outside. Like I'm a huge comedy fan. So I love so much of what he's done. And it's really cool as a fan of this franchise that he's in it now. And then, you know, Jeffrey, Kramer, who was also in Jaws 2 and Jaws and Jaws 2, and he's in Halloween 2. Like I wanted to meet him and get his autograph. Rowan Campbell, like those are the people that I want to meet.
Lance Guest would be a good get, you know?
Yeah.
Those are the type I like.
What's his name? I can't believe I'm blanking on his actual name. Ken Foree. He was there at age 45 and I got him to sign.
That would be a badass freaking signature.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. I'm like, dude, you're one of the most badass guys I've ever seen on film. Like I have to have your signature, you know?
You know, like I think before Scream 5 came out, I got a freaking Elvira. I got a Matthew Lillard and they were like $40, you know, maybe 60 tops. And I'm looking at Skeet Ulrich's pricing right there. And I'm sure Matthew Lillard is equal to more than that right now, you know, especially since Scream is like all the rage right now. But like autograph $80, selfie $80. Dude, you can freaking you might as well. I used to set a limit when I would go to conventions. I would pull out $500 out of the ATM, and that was it. I didn't, because not just for autographs, but I also like going to the merch room because there's always a lot of really cool merch you can get, like cool t-shirts and whatnot. But you got to at least pull out $1,000 now. I would think, right?
Well, and that, or you just like, this time I'm going to meet these 3 people and next time, like, I'll just wait till next year. But the combos are what's really killing me. Cause I think like, you know, come on, if somebody's going to pay, just charge $100 for the combo.
Yeah.
Fuck it. You know, but I get your Skeet. I get it. Skeet can probably pull quite a bit at these horror conventions. But I mean, like, even like we were talking offline before we jumped in here and it's like, I think Kane Hodder was like $80 for a signature. And I don't even think I did the picture would have been $100. And I was like, thanks, but no thanks. $80 just for the signature. Amy Steele and Adrian King, it was like selfie and an autograph for like 40.
Yep.
You know, and I'm like, no offense to Kane. Like, I know that he's been in more of the movies, but I put Adrian King and Amy Steele like right there at the same level as far as like personal importance to me in the franchise. And so I'm just sort of like, why? But I guess it's just all in the demand, right?
Actually, let me show you this, Davey. Hold on.
I think Peter Anthony might be onto something. I think Lee would be able to go. He said he doesn't go to conventions anymore. What Lee should do, get a table, sign autographs, and spend
and yes, I am in my pajamas.
I'm telling people what you should do right now, Lee. You should get a table at a convention because you said you don't go anymore.
Yep.
Because I think Peter's onto something. Get a table, sell your own autographs, maybe do a little press. And then there you go. You don't even need an autograph from these people. You just go talk to them.
I've literally given autographs for. I've had a couple of people reach out to me and say, "Hey, how do I get your autograph?" And I was just like, "What?" And I was like, "Dude, I would never charge anybody for an autograph. You send it to me and pay for the shipping, and I'll send it back to you." And so I've had a couple of people send me stuff, sign it, and then I send it back to them. And that's like, wow,
that's awesome.
That was weird, but. Yeah, I would always do stuff for free. I could not imagine charging anybody for an autograph.
I mean, if you're sitting there for 6 to 8 hours, okay.
Yeah.
But
I've done a video for somebody, kind of like a cameo. Somebody messaged me on Instagram and it was like, "Hey, it's my girlfriend's birthday. Can you send me like an audio message or a video or something like that?" And I'm, fuck yeah, I can, dude.
That's pretty sweet.
You know, if I could make somebody's day with doing something like that, why in the hell would I charge them?
I'm going to get into business to do that too. I'm going to do cameo, sexy ASMR.
Hell yeah, dude! You could do that. The audio messages.
Yeah. Ooh, hey, it's Davey Deathray here.
Davey Deathray.
Why don't you pour yourself a glass of wine? You deserve it.
That'll do
robe
it.
Looks nice. What's underneath it? Nothing. Me too.
Where are we going with this, Davey?
Yes. What do you got?
This is Adrian King right down there at the bottom. Amy Steele right next to her. And then you got Kane Hodder right up here at the top. So like every time I would go, I would bring this with me. This is that 10-disc
Yeah.
tin. And and then
It's
I
a
got Kane
beautiful
Hodder.
tin.
He did that for free. He was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and sign the inside too. Kane was really cool. Me and him sat and talked for like 10 minutes, and
That's
he told me
awesome.
about at that time he was still burned about the whole Freddy versus Jason thing. And so I
Yeah.
think he will just vent to anybody about that. Like he'll do that over and over all day. Just and I get it, because it must be like that was, I already did the thing. What did he do it 4 times? So
I think so. Yeah.
yeah, can you imagine you play the character 4 times in a row? You're pretty much locked in as the character from the fans. So you must think, okay, there's no way they can't give me Freddy versus Jason. But
Yeah.
I think that just I think that should show you how out of the loop some people in Hollywood are, even though they might be producing the movie. They don't really get, I guess, how important a Jason actor is to the fans. Obviously, because otherwise they would have fought for him. But
yeah, because I think they left that up to Ronnie Yu, which shouldn't be left up to the director. Unless he's the director's the creator, that he or she's the creator of the thing, like that's a weird decision to leave up to him. Because I think he just made the decision outside of fandom. I mean, I'm not saying that he's not a fan of the franchise or anything. I'm just saying that he made that decision thinking, oh, I just want them to look different in size, rather than thinking, oh, if I put Kane Hodder in here, this movie's going to make twice as much money.
Yeah, I think it was an aesthetic thing. I think
and
that Jeffrey Katz, I think he was the one that was just like, I don't want him to look like Kane Hodder. I want him to look like this big hulking guy, even though Kane Hodder's like 6'2". So,
well, maybe with his boots on. Yeah, he's not like Ken is a beast of a guy.
Yeah.
But I would venture to say, like, nothing against Freddy versus Jason, I think he's too big, kind of. Like, it's just a little, they could have shot that movie in a way to make it work with Kane. Maybe it would have taken a little more creativity. But yeah, I think the movie we would definitely think about it differently. We would look at it differently for sure. But it does get a lot of love.
Let's see what Zach says here. Whorehound is cool, but they have the karaoke each night. Karaoke for convention goers gives people an easy way to meet new people. Now that's what it's all about. I think that's really cool. And I would think, going to a convention, if you like met fellow horror fans, I don't know. I think I would get more out of that than actually just going to meet a celebrity, unless it was like, somebody that I've longed to meet my entire life, like Stallone or somebody like that. But yeah, I mean, it's always the fans make the experience, I think, that more fun than actually meeting celebrities.
That's what I love about it. I've been able to go, so I've gone just as like, little old me walking around and just doing the convention goer thing, which is really fun. And I've been fortunate enough to go with the horror show channel people. So we have like a table and we're selling stuff. But there's so many of us that we still get chances to kind of wander and do our own thing and do the things like the karaoke, which is great. And then like the biggest benefit I would say is to be sitting at a table with Vincent DeSanti and Ron Sloan from A New Beginning all day. Like that's
I saw that video that you guys, I think Cecil must have posted it, and it had you guys like sitting. And I was just thinking, that's what I would love, to actually meet fellow I think that would be the biggest high for me, is going and meeting other creators, Yeah.
The whole vibe is just like, I call it church, the horror conventions are like church. It's just, let
me ask you this. When you first, like, let's take Cecil, you and Cecil, how you guys live in the same town, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. We're about like 45 minutes apart. We're both in the Phoenix area, just on opposite sides of the city.
Like, did you knew about the horror show channel and all that before you met Cecil for the first time?
Yeah, like I had watched a little bit of their stuff, and I was mostly aware of Dylan's New Nightmares, kind of like what brought me. So I saw the teaser, because they put out that teaser, like I think before COVID hit.
Yeah,
we got the teaser, and then, or right around that time, and then it was a little bit of a wait. So once they really started like talking about putting the movie out, and I was just researching them, I'm a big fan of Dave's and everything, and he was in the film, so that like put it on my radar big time. And then I found out that they lived here, and then basically I saw the movie at Mad Monster. It was like the a pre-screening. So the movie didn't come out for a couple months, and I got to see it early with a whole bunch of people there. And I didn't even meet Cecil that night. I reached out after, because people were just all around. That was like a very big, part of the night. So there was a big old crowd. I was like, oh my God, I'm nobody. I can't go over there and talk to them right now. So I reached out through Instagram and just told Cecil, hey, the next horror convention here in a couple months, I'd love to interview you. And I loved your fan film, and I want to talk to you about, your fandom and your filmmaking process. And then I met Vin the same day and interviewed him too. And it was intimidating.
Yeah, and I talk with both those guys, especially Cecil. Me and Cecil talk back and forth on X all the time. I've talked to Vincent a couple of times. Like, he just messaged me because he's got like a new project coming up, an animated Jason feature, which looks really. Do you remember what it's called?
In the Fog. Ghost in the Fog.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, so it looks awesome. So I love that whole animated feature idea, just to keep something alive and do something a little different with it. So yeah, it's been amazing. Like the people you meet through the conventions and everything, and like meeting Cecil changed a lot for like my trajectory and everything. So it was pretty cool. Like he was like, well, I think it's really cool that you're not just doing reviews, that you're out there trying to like do something else and find your spot. So he kind of like took me under his wing, and it was awesome.
He's right, man. You gotta do what you want to do. You don't have to like fit into a certain box on YouTube. Yeah. Because YouTube's constantly changing. So I think you just go to what the people want and the fans want. You do what they want you. And if like you're really great at live streaming, and that's what your audience gravitates towards. So why not lean into that?
Yeah, lean into that. And then I've told people like, hey, maybe someday I will do some reviews like in a bigger way, but I can build the channel up in the meantime. And then by the time I'm actually talking about these movies in review format, there will be hopefully a much bigger audience.
Let me get the super chat real quick. Got a couple of them. Ryan Mike, he says Kane was the best, and he should feel burned about Freddy versus Jason. He should definitely feel burned about Freddy versus Jason. I think he's definitely a top tier Jason. He's not my favorite. I'm a Ted White guy. Richard Brooker, those are more my flavor. But when people tell me that they love Kane, I can't argue with him. Kane if anything, Kane brought his own flavor to the character. He didn't want to copy anybody else. And when you could like literally just see his stance and his mannerism, and automatically that that's Kane, right?
His like the look of his Jasons are, I think pretty iconic, especially the first two times he played him. Like I think
7, man, that's like legendary.
New Blood. Yeah, New Blood is great. I don't mind. Like I kind of like the wet look with the yellowish mask in Manhattan. Like I don't mind that look. I just think the movie just feels kind of soft.
Soft. It seems like Manhattan's starting to get more of a cult fan base, though. Like you see like Christian and Brandon Tabata.
Well, and it's fun. It is a fun movie. It's not like a dreadfully bad movie. It does, but I think there are times where I'm like, it's got to be. Is it Christian's favorite movie in the franchise? It's not his favorite. Nick can clear that up when he jumps in here. But I know it's one of his favorites.
I think the thing about the Friday franchise is that it depends on your mood and the day of the week, because the worst Friday movie, you can have a day pop up where you're like, I feel like I want to watch Jason Goes to Hell today, and no other movie. It happened for some reason for that franchise. It happens with all the movies. Well, and same thing with Halloween. There's days where I'm like, I feel like maybe I want to watch Rob Zombie's Halloween today, even though it's like my least favorite. But there have been days where I'm like, I just feel the need to watch Rob Zombie's Halloween. So
I agree. And even I will say this for the folks with Jason Takes Manhattan, if you have the disc that has the commentary from what's her name, Rennie, and the guy that plays like her boyfriend, that is such an entertaining and awesome commentary. So sometimes the commentaries give you a greater appreciation of the film.
Oh yeah, dude, I love good commentaries.
Yeah, but I will say this, my opinion has kind of changed on Jason Takes Manhattan ever since I realized that it actually has more New York City than Scream 6 does. I've been like, well, you know what? Good on you, Jason Takes Manhattan.
It actually has more New York City than Scream 6? You might be right.
It's gotta, because what was actually shot in New York?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
In Scream 6.
Like you see like downtown Manhattan in Scream 6?
If it is, it's probably a matte painting. It was probably done
Oh
by
yeah,
an
it's probably
effects artist, right?
Yeah, what do you call that when they stock footage? It could be stock footage.
Sure. You know? They would do something like that, like maybe the subway stuff, but like you can build a set for that. That could be a set.
Oh, I got it. Let's take this next super chat, but I got to talk about Brandon's latest hot take. Actually, no, this is Christian's hot take. Actually, we're going to cover his hot take here in a sec. But Michael Evans, he says, I like Scream 7, but hoping for a different direction in 8. What direction should they go? Thoughts? Oh, okay. So we were going to get into Scream 8, but we'll give him a nugget right here. Okay.
Yeah.
I think, and Dave, you can give your answer after, but I think for Scream 8, I've been thinking about this actually, and I think this is where they need to start taking the gloves off. And as much as I like the final act of Scream 7, and I do, I know most people don't, but I actually like it. I liked Jessica.
Me too.
But I think, and I'm not saying Stu needs to come back, but I do think we need to take the gloves off and we need to try something different. And here's my idea. This is what I think they should do. I think we should do a movie from the point of view of a ghost face. I think we should reveal Ghostface at the beginning of the movie, show the evolution of how a person becomes a ghost face.
Okay.
And maybe they put on the Ghostface getup in the middle of the movie and then they start killing. And I think if you write that well, it could be a really interesting and unique take on the franchise, and I think people would kind of dig it.
Yeah, it would be like that kind of now I haven't seen this movie yet. It's on my list to watch this year because it's turning 40, but like that Henry portrait of a serial killer, kind of like just from the perspective of the villain.
Right.
I think that's definitely something that they could, you could venture into, like give us a little bit, like Behind the Mask, the Leslie Vernon movie. Sort of does that with like a mockumentary kind of thing,
love
right? Where it's kind of getting to know that character and everything. So I could definitely see that kind of thing. With Scream 8, here's what I want. I want Kevin Williamson to come back. I want him to direct. I want him to build everything from the ground up and have total control, because Scream 7 was kind of reclamation. He's having to write characters he didn't come up with. It's sort of like setting the franchise kind of like straight again. Right. And then you do Scream 8 with you keep Sidney and Tatum, but you find a way to phase Sidney out, and then he can hand off Scream after 8, and Tatum can be the main final girl from there.
So you think are you saying get rid of Sidney altogether?
They got to figure something out with her. You just can't go on forever. I mean,
Nick's
I love
probably
the character,
going to disagree with you on that one.
Oh, and that's fine. Yeah.
I mean, he's turning on his mic right now, though.
If they can find a way to keep her around and not and make it work, we don't want her to become like Laurie Strode where we're tired of her, right? We don't want to get there.
I need to ponder on that one, Davey. You're kind of perplexing me here. Do I want Sidney Prescott to be like, because this is a Jamie Lee Curtis. We talked about this last time, but Sidney's on another level now. And I think because she's so important, it's almost like you can't imagine a Scream movie without her, because that's how strong she was in 7. Whereas Jamie Lee Curtis, I will jump out a fucking window if she's in the next Halloween movie. Okay. And I'll take my shoes off on the way down. I don't know why, but I would do that. So
Nick, welcome in, bud.
What's up? Yeah, sorry. My kid insisted on reading his stories himself tonight because he's
first, man.
Learning how to read. First. So I'm sitting there going like, come on. Like I can read these if you want me to. And no, I got it. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so I'm here now. It's okay because I didn't even see Ready or Not 2, and I know you guys were wanting to talk about that. So I don't know if
we didn't even get to that. We haven't talked about nothing. We talked about like convention pricing.
We bitched about convention pricing.
Which is god awful. And I feel like I never want to go to a convention now because it's just out of sheer principle. It's getting stupid. So
you gotta have some self-respect at some point. You gotta draw the line.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get Sean G. Sean, how you doing, brother? He says, what's up, fellas? This might be a topic for later, but Davey just watched Cobra for the first time? Now I think it's time for Silent Rage. Oh my God, Davey. I'm not going to be that guy, okay? Because we've all watched
just completely destroy me.
I saw Night of the Living Dead for the first time a couple of years ago, so I can't talk, okay?
It was Pet Cemetery last episode was my shame. That was
yes.
And Nick is still like, he hasn't talked to me since, guys. So it's like,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I liked the movie. I'm sorry.
No, I know, and I appreciate
apologize.
that. But yeah, my God, it took you too long.
Really what did you think of Cobra, Davey?
I thought Cobra was so much fun. So,
dude,
like it is a slasher. I think it's that. It's also a gritty cop drama and all that. What surprised me the most about Cobra is Sylvester Stallone's humor. Like I enjoyed the humor and where they put it. And I was like, wow, it is kind of cheesy, but they're not going like too hard with it. And man, so many little bit actors that I've loved in so many movies, like Art LaFleur that plays the at the beginning of The Blob. He's the apothecary guy that sells the condoms to the kid, and then he's the dad of the daughter or the girl that's getting picked up.
Yeah,
like that guy's just all these bit actors that I love. Duder from Hellraiser is in there as well. Yeah, Cobra was a lot of fun.
You see a lot of familiar faces in all those 80s like deep cut. Like when I watched 10 to Midnight, you know, going into these movies, you expect to see nothing but fresh faces that you've never seen before. But no, it's usually the same rotating character actors that are in like all these movies. But dude, Cobra is a classic. And they pretty much say that Stallone actually directed the movie, and George P. Cosmatos was a dick and a half on the set. when Stallone wasn't around, all the actors, like the guy who played the villain, the night slasher,
Brian Thompson.
Brian Thompson. He made no bones about how much of a dick George P. Cosmatos. And he said when Stallone would come on set, though, his tongue was so far up his ass, he was like just kissing Stallone's ass up and down.
That sounds wild.
Was that, Nick, was that a little graphic for you?
It's unsanitary.
It was very unsanitary. Yeah, they said he pretty much just and it made everybody sick to their stomach, just how much he was like, as much
literally
kiss ass.
Almost as sick as the guy with the tongue up the other person's
I was gonna say, he spread norovirus around that place.
And I was talking about having stomach problems before the stream went, so maybe where's my mind? I don't know.
We know what Lee's doing in his free time.
Oh my God. But yeah, Cobra, you know, usually Canon, Golan and Globus, they usually seem really cheap, but Cobra had a good production value. I had a lot of fun. 3.5 stars for me.
If it's Canon, dude, forget. I love it, dude. I'm all about Canon.
I don't think I've ever seen like Sylvester Stallone's jeans are so tight. So if you like dude butts in jeans,
you get
you have to watch Cobra. It is like they're like stitched onto his body.
He was all about the tight jeans and the scissors to the pizza,
and wearing gloves constantly, like he's Dickie Roberts or something like that.
Was that Stallone's idea to cut the pizza with scissors? I'll never know the answer to that. Like
you could do that though. I mean, you could do that.
You could do that. Yeah. And it's cold pizza too. Do you guys eat cold pizza?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
That's some psycho shit. No, absolutely.
You might as well put your family in your glove box if you're gonna do shit like that, because that's just wrong.
Yeah. Check somebody's fridge and find out if they got any heads and jars in there. Yeah. Because
who gives a fuck about movies?
Nothing wrong with cold pizza, folks.
Dude. My kid actually almost surprised me today. This morning, bro, he wakes up and he's like, "Oh, my pizza's still in the fridge from last night," and he goes and grabs the box out, and I'm like, this little turd's not about to eat cold pizza, is he? Like, I did not raise a Satanist. And he opens the box and he goes, "It's too cold. I need it warmed up." I'm like, okay, good. But I was like, what did you expect? You just got out of the fridge. Of course it's cold. Yeah, no, it's a whole thing, dude. There's a whole great debate. It's just like pineapple on pizza. Like, do you eat pineapple on pizza? Yes, I do.
Yeah. Now, would you eat corn? Like, when I was in Japan, oh my God, they put corn on their pizza. Yeah, and I can't do that.
No, yeah, that sounds really weird. He was watching some kid's movie yesterday called Orion in the Dark, I think, on Netflix. And they moved to San Francisco and they're like, let's go get pizza. And it's like broccoli on pizza. And I was like watching that and I was like, what in the fuck? Like, who? No, we're doing too much. Like, pineapple's fine. Like, the sweet balances out like the tangy, but like,
they even have soy sauce flavored Kit Kat.
That's disgusting. I hate
it's like
soy sauce.
It's like take two things that do not belong together whatsoever and just cross the lines over to them, I guess. But
no.
Wait. We're not comparing soy sauce Kit Kats to eating cold pizza now, are we?
By the way, guys, this
I feel like that's
about
unfair.
Absolutely nothing.
I feel like that's unfair.
You wake up, you pull the cold pizza out of the fridge. It's delicious. What's wrong with cold pizza? You sit down, you throw on a game.
Cold, dude. Why does horns out of your fucking neck if you eat pizza cold?
No,
I would understand. I would understand if somebody was like, "Oh, that's my go-to," like after a night of drinking. But like, it's still like, I don't know. I mean, I just can't see it, man. Like, I understand people do it, but it's not my thing. My thing was order from like the late night pizza place that was open till like 3 a.m. when you were, drinking with your buddies, and you would tip the driver like $20 because you knew you were an asshole for ordering pizza at like 2:30 in the morning. But I wasn't eating it cold though. But again,
Davey, give me a food that tastes better leftover, like reheated. Because there's very few foods. Most of them are like pizza's horrible reheated.
Yes.
But
if you have a toaster oven, it can do something.
I'm going to tell you right now. Well, you go ahead and give me your answer. I have an answer though.
No. If you have an answer, go for it.
My answer is spaghetti. If you, that's a good one. For some reason, at least my spaghetti, it always tastes better the second time. I don't get it, but it is. It's the truth.
It's because the spices get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it's like. The flavor just like it's like fighting to get out on the first time, but then when you make it the second time, the flavor's like.
It's like what Kevin says in The Office. Nick's wearing his Dunder Mifflin shirt. He says, "Everyone gets to know each other inside the pot."
Yes,
about his chili.
In my opinion, though, I don't think there is one. Like, I'm genuinely like waiting for you guys to throw, because you said spaghetti. I don't even like spaghetti, Lee. And
get the fuck out of here. Damn. You don't like spaghetti? Are you serious?
I grew up lower middle class. Okay,
dude, that's crazy.
We ate a lot of spaghetti, a lot of lasagna, a lot of meatloaf, and now as an adult, I hate that shit.
Oh, so you're sick of spaghetti. There's a difference.
Well, I'm not a big red sauce fan. Like, even with pizza, I get lighter sauce. I'm just not a big red sauce fan.
Yeah, well, that makes sense then.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's tough to beat spaghetti. I don't think I can beat that one.
Yeah. Hamburger Helper's pretty good too, reheated, if you do it right. But yeah, you can tell I'm not a cook. Thoughts on Demolition Man 2? Is there like news of a Demolition Man 2, and why should they ever do that?
I don't know. That's crazy.
No,
I haven't heard anything about that.
Because then they got to explain the 3 seashells.
Yeah.
Have you seen the diagram? You can find what the 3 seashells are for.
Oh my God.
I guess you I'll tell everybody what the 3 seashells are for. Okay.
Thank you.
With one of them, you're supposed to cup it up your buttocks, I think. And then I think you grab
you have to say buttocks.
You grab the poo-poo, and then you grab the second seashell, and you, I guess, wipe the poo-poo as you pull the poo-poo off.
Stop it. Stop. Grandpa Lee should stop trying to explain this.
I know, dude.
This is like when my dad taught me.
Maybe Steve T1333 should stop asking questions that require me to explain the 3 seashells.
This is like when my dad had to explain the birds and the bees to me, but he whipped out a medical book and was
I thought you were going to say he whipped out.
No, the medical book, and everything was so precise in like these medical terms. And I was like, dude, I'm 7. Somebody just said something at school. Like, I don't understand all this.
So your dad told you like the medical terminology of all of it?
Yeah, like the diagrams and everything. And I was just like, this is not okay.
Have you ever seen Singles?
Yes. Yeah.
There's a scene in Singles. They show a flashback where his dad, the doctor's telling him about the birds and the bees. Yeah. And so then the doctor's telling him, and then they cut to him talking to his friends, and he goes, "You won't believe what he said comes out." And his friend goes, "What?" And he goes, "Spam."
I'm not looking forward. I'm not looking forward to having that talk with my kid one day, because I'm just like, how do you even? Maybe I won't have to though, because even in my generation, dude, I didn't even need to have the talk. I
never had the talk.
Certain things were very accessible for teenage me.
I ducked right under it, dude. I never had to have the talk. It's just like I woke up one day and knew it for some reason.
Well, I think watching horror movies help too, because you're like, oh, they're like Oh, okay. Like, so I think I put 2 and 2 together, but my mom was never around anyway, so she wouldn't have been able to have the talk with us. And even if she did, it would have been way too uncomfortable. I'm still not over the Santa Claus talk. I'm still not over that. Honestly, I still don't forgive her for lying to me.
Yeah, that's another one I figured out on my own.
I was going to say the worst part about the Birds and the Bees talk from my dad is he charged me $80 for an autograph, $80 for a selfie, and then $20 just to put his character name down there. It was brutal.
It's just that inflation, dude.
$20 for a character name.
It'll get you. Hey, let's talk about Christian's hot take. Nick, you showed up just in time. Okay.
What's his dumbass take? What is it?
You might agree with him though. I don't know. I'm just gonna, half the audience might agree with him. I have a reason why I think he chose this movie. So he says that Poltergeist 2 is definitively better than Poltergeist.
He's wrong.
And I had to make a post on Facebook just to cleanse myself because I was like, I can't do this anymore. These hot takes, they have to just for anybody to say that Poltergeist 2 is better than Tobe Hooper's Poltergeist is just insanity to me. I can't take that seriously at all.
No. See, the Christian is a master self-marketer. Like, I got to give credit where credit's due. He's really, really good at ruffling feathers. And the worst part about Christian is he loves to pull the pin on the grenade and then run. Like he doesn't go into the comments section. He doesn't respond to it. He just nukes the whole room and runs away. Here's the thing. Poltergeist 2 is really solid. I've actually enjoyed,
solid. You're right.
Yeah. I've enjoyed over the last decade or so. That movie's been getting a reappraisal from some people that's like, you know what? This is actually pretty good. Because it is, especially like circumstances are what they are for 3. They made what they could given the situation, but it's still not a great movie. I do have a soft spot for it, but dude, the first movie still, as a 31-year-old man, creeps me out. Like,
dude,
it's
a classic.
And it's some of the most like simplistic stuff in that movie that gets to me. It's not like the closet door opening and the giant fucking creature coming out. No, that shit doesn't scare me. The clown doesn't scare me anymore. It's like I've talked about it many times. When the ghostly apparition comes down the stairs, I get goosebumps every single time when they're all just like watching. When she's in the kitchen and like when they first discover the poltergeist and like the chairs are moving and stuff, like that creeps me out because it's so simplistic. But no, one of the greatest like paranormal haunting films of all time. And obviously the curse that came with that movie. I mean, everything that happened after the fact, but Poltergeist 2 is good. Don't get me wrong, but come on, dude, better than the original.
The chicken scene when he's eating the chicken, dude, and then all of a sudden he just starts peeling his face off.
Oh my god, bro! Like, I'm sorry, I love Christian because I have to, but he's wrong. He's wrong.
I saw he had like a super late night stream this past weekend, and I jumped in, and he was talking about that because I missed the whole kerfuffle on Twitter. But he was like. He was like, oh yeah, I saw that Lee responded to my tweet or whatever. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, what hot take is this? So, and the way he presented it during the live stream is he was like, he goes, look, I understand that it is like a hot take. He's like, I just don't think it's like that crazy of a hot take.
No, that's a crazy hot take. Dude, the first Poltergeist is like, in my mind,
it's so good.
At least top 20 greatest horror films of all time. It's
terrifying. It's terrifying. It'll scar you as a kid. It'll scar you. It's like Pet Sematary. Scares you as a kid and then scares you as an adult for totally different reasons. That's And the fact that they used real skeletons in the pool, it's pretty great. That just adds another level of creepiness to it. Yeah, dude. And then again, when you find out that the domino effect of all the shit that happened to people involved in that movie years afterward, like it's just scary. It's like it's like The Exorcist. Everybody always talks about how The Exorcist set was like cursed and haunted. Like, bro, The Exorcist doesn't have shit on Poltergeist, okay? Because that was otherworldly. I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I don't think they should ever make another Poltergeist movie. That remake sucked. I like Sam Rockwell. That remake.
I didn't even bother with it.
I skipped it. I can't believe it's been 11 years. I saw that the other day. I was like, what?
Wait, neither of you guys have seen it?
No, I refuse to watch it.
Oh my God, Lee. I can already see the thumbnail. Of you like, this is trash. Like, you have to watch it and do a review of it because as a Poltergeist purist, as a Poltergeist purist, I know it's going to anger you. And I've said many times, I don't care if I hate a movie. If it makes me, if I hate it or love it, it's great. You know, because I have something to talk about. When it's just in the middle where I'm like, whatever, I don't care. But you need to watch it, Lee. I want to see
All right, I'll watch it for you.
I want to see that fucking thumbnail. It's like hot relish. Yeah, dude.
Dude, I need to break out the hot relish again. I haven't done that in a while. Time.
Yeah.
It's, you know, there's an evolution to my shitting on movies. It started with Drumdums Rips a New Asshole, and I haven't used that one in ages. And then for some reason it went to hot relish. And you want me to give you guys the meaning behind hot relish? I've never told this story, and it's just a quick little story.
Well, relish is dog shit. I hate relish, so for me, I just go, oh yeah, relish is disgusting.
What do you get? There was a joke that one of my friends told me when I was like a teenager, and we were like, what's a joke that like it has a like no? It's like the answer doesn't make sense. And so he says, what do you get when you cross an elephant with a typewriter? And I was like, what? And he goes, hot relish. And I'm like, what? And it stayed with me for some reason. And so I carried it forward.
Yeah. Well, do you like relish though?
I like an elephant and a typewriter.
Like I always thought that was weird, by the way, as a condiment. Like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna go to the
Oh, dude, I don't like relish at all. No,
I get some relish on my dog. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I like chili on my dog, but
yeah. Oh man, yeah. That's a whole other conversation. I'm here in Ohio. We've got Skyline, and people still don't understand Skyline chili. It's fucking awesome. But
yeah, chili's the shit. Steve, he says, you hear Tarantino and Stallone working on a series. Thoughts? Where, man? Do you guys know anything about this?
I haven't heard anything about this.
No.
I know. I know that Tarantino is a huge Stallone fan, and if you go on to James Whale Bake Sale, that channel,
yeah.
You might as well call it the Tarantino commentary channel because it's just Tarantino talking about different movies, and he talks about Stallone, like he talks about Rocky 2, which is a good listen to Tarantino's thoughts about Rocky 2, not Rocky, but Rocky 2. So, I know he wanted Stallone to be in Pulp Fiction, but Stallone said no, and so he ended up going with Bruce Willis. So, yeah, but I haven't heard anything about, you know, and Stallone's up there in age. He's working on Tulsa King right now. I don't know if he's going to be jumping into any big, but he might. I don't know. He might. I don't know.
I check like the horror news sites, but not so much just the regular like Hollywood news. So I haven't seen anything.
All right, let's go to this next.
I feel like it's been a slow couple weeks news wise. Am I?
Yeah, that's right. I got some stories here, but I kind of go with the flow. I think our podcast works better when we just do that shit. So I don't know. I like what we're doing right now. So Jigsaw says, "What's the matter with Sanders? Chicken?
Oh, what's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
Chicken? What is that from?
Spaceballs.
Oh, okay, that's right. I haven't seen Spaceballs.
A sequel I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah, I know. Guys, are you getting annoyed with everything being remade? Even if it's a remake you kind of want to see, at this point, it's like they gotta remake everything. Like
I think it's gotten lazier. They went away from remakes to like, oh, let's just make a sequel to the first movie, and that I feel like sometimes is even lazier because like you're just cribbing off of nostalgia at that point. Like, some of them are good, but there's a lot of them that are super forgettable. Like everybody still, anytime you talk about Nightmare, there's a large contingent of the fan base is like, you got to bring back Robert and Heather for like a Halloween 2018 like final movie, and I'm like, absolutely not, never. Would I go see it? Yes, but that is like the least that I want to see that the least of any Nightmare idea. I'd take a sequel to Nightmare 2010 where it is literally burnt cat makeup than whatever the fuck that would be.
I would be scared that if they brought Robert Englund and Nancy back, there's a chance that it could come off as a B movie type quality. You know, you ever let me give you an example. I Spit on Your Grave, like the original I Spit on Your Grave, 1978, classic, very controversial, one of the most important horror films of all time, very controversial. And then they did like a freaking, I think it's a requel or something like that to it, and it's just shit. It's just a straight up B movie dog shit. We see this with the Hellraiser, some of the later Hellraiser movies. Actually, it's like the Hellraiser movies. They have like a hill because they get like, here's the dog shit, and then it starts working its way back up with the last couple, like Judgment, and I like the remake. So
those movies are like multiplying. Every time I go and look at like, how big is this franchise? Oh Jesus, there's like 2 more movies I didn't even know about tucked in here somewhere.
It's like one of the movies flies out beside you. You're like, whoa.
I wish, man. They, the last one was good. Of course, they make a good one, and then they don't want to make sequels to it.
Man,
See, I did not like that 2022 movie. I didn't like. There was not one character I liked. I just want somebody I can root for.
Hey, who directed that one? Was it Brian Bertino that did the last one?
No, that was David Bruckner.
That's it, David Bruckner, yeah.
I was somebody that defended that choice for the longest time, basically just saying, like, good. That was kind of the point. Like, our main character is, a drug addict that relapses multiple times in the film. Like, yeah, she's an asshole. Like,
yeah.
I think that the point of that movie, for me at least, was like, you all kind of deserve this. Like, you didn't, you stumbled into this, but like, you kind of deserve it. And so it's like, I just loved, I was just shocked to see Pinhead get recast and actually land for me. Like, I was like, how are you going to recast Doug Bradley? And then I was like, okay, I actually dig this. But Bruckner clearly was a fan of the source material. And the fact that went straight to Hulu, I'll just never understand. I mean, it got really good reviews. It had like a $20 million budget, dude. Like, that was a legit movie. And legit Hulu.
Let me say hello to my mods, Erica. Hello, you're 2 fabulous mods show, and you don't say hi. I truly appreciate my mods. They always take care of me. They take care of the chat. Love you guys.
And she's talking to me, Lee. She's giving me shit. Hi, Erica.
I was like, I'm on Erica's
Jamie and Erica are over on my side. But guys, when we do Hit the Bricks, I don't have like the controls or anything. And Lee is he's like the captain of the ship. So
I need to get you like some handlebars. So that way, when we're on the Hit the Bricks, you can just kind of like every now and then go
adjust the mirror.
All right, guys. Do you guys want to hear? My daughter just got out of Project Hail Mary. Do you want to hear what she thinks? Do you want to hear what she thinks?
I'm going to see that this week. I'm excited.
Okay, here we go. Let me see. She said, I thought it was very wholesome, a little too long, could have been cut down a good amount, but it was very sweet.
She sounds like Christian.
Yeah. And that's what I expected from my daughter, because she's a busy woman, and you don't want to waste her time.
It's very long.
Yeah, she wants you to sit, she wants you to get to the point, and then I got shit to do, so let me get out of here, Yeah. Whereas I can sit down in a movie and I can just let it like envelope me, and dude, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, Nick, but I'm not going to lie, dude. I was crying like a bitch in that movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, dude, I was. Yeah, man, I was.
Oh, dude, I'm on a space kick right now because I'm looking forward to this movie, and I'll tell you what, I watched a couple last week that
you're gonna love it. I know you, Nick. Me and you pretty much line. You're gonna love it.
I watched The Martian with Matt Damon, and that shit got me. There was a scene in that movie that actually made me choke up, where he's like getting ready to try the maneuver to go out into space to get them to intercept him, and he starts crying because it's like, holy shit, I'm finally getting off this planet. And I was sitting there like, you son of a bitch, Matt Damon.
Don't you hate that, dude? Like, Nick, when you're like so into a movie, you're fully like, you're in the third level in Inception wise, and then one of your asshole friends pulls you right out and is like, this is too fucking long, man.
Oh, dude, that's what I said. That's Christian all the time. It could have been a little bit shorter, but you know what? Fuck off. The Martian was 2.5 hours. And I feel like pacing.
I can do 2.5 hours easily, man, as long as it's paced well.
It's all about the pacing.
Yeah, it's all about the pacing. There's so many movies I've seen throughout my life where I didn't feel like it dragged, and it was almost 3 hours
Nick,
long.
If you can see it in Dolby, go see it in Dolby.
Yes, that's what I did as well.
Wow,
that is. And
I was like, movies can do this. That's what I was like when I was watching. I was like, wow, I feel like I'm just like in this world. It was crazy.
I think the best thing about it that I took away from Project Hail Mary is I was like, man, this is like a feel-good 90s movie that still has like there's still emotional heavy moments and everything, but you walk out of the movie like feeling good. Like a Forrest Gump, like an old Zemeckis or Rob Reiner kind of like 90s film. So that's what I took away when I walked out. I was like, I haven't had that feeling in a really long time. That's cool.
Dude, let let me set up my day that I watched Project Hail Mary, because I was Levi. I lost Levi a few months ago, and I have my Levi days. Some days I'm good and I'm fine, and I can get through it, and I can high five Levi because I got his ashes as I'm walking out. And then some days I wake up and I'm just a fucking basket case. And so I wake up, I'm good, and then I watch the new Red Hot Chili Peppers documentary. I'm not even like a massive Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. That is one of the best music documentaries I've ever seen. It is that good, because what they do is they focus on the first portion of their career up to when Hillel, their first guitarist, dies. And man, it'll start getting the waterworks for you. It's a beautifully done documentary. So that fucked me up. And then a couple hours later, I went and seen Project Hail Mary, and I'm sitting there watching that, and then all of a sudden, everything that's going on in that movie, and then there's Levi right there in my freaking head, and I'm just like freaking water, just dying. And I got a stranger to the left of me, a stranger to the right, and I'm just trying to hold it in, and I'm like, the movie's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I can't wait to see what Nick thinks. I don't want to spoil anything, but man.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm excited. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm on a really big kick right now of space movies, and like the next episode of UNITA we're doing is just called UNITA in Space, and we're just going to talk about space movies. That's a great space as a whole. But I want to ask you guys, because I saw somebody mention it in the chat. I know this is contentious. Do you think Interstellar is Nolan's best movie? Because I don't.
I do. Yes. Man, that movie. Wow. Every time I watch it, I see something new every time I watch it. The score by Hans Zimmer is just incredible.
Before Davey answers, I really dig Interstellar. I'm just like, so Lee thinks it's his best. Do you think it's his best?
I haven't even seen it.
Oh my God.
Okay. Here, I'll tell you why. Because there are certain I don't feel very beholden to like mainstream filmmakers. Like certain ones I will watch, and certain I go for like I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it is his long-windedness with Nolan.
Davey, let me say this: the movies that I end up like loving the most and even becoming obsessed with are usually the movies that I go into not even excited about. When I first, just the idea of Interstellar, it didn't do anything for me before I saw it, and I was just like, oh man, I don't know if this feels like it's going to be kind of boring and long, and then whatnot. And then when I saw the movie, I was like, wow, that was amazing. And then when I saw it again, I became obsessed with it, and now it's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
I have an unpopular opinion for Nolan. For me, my favorite Nolan movie is Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer's fantastic.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, I respect that. Oppenheimer's I've seen Oppenheimer 3 times now, and it's for a dialogue-driven movie. There's like no action in it, but for some reason you're just locked in all the way through.
Well, and I'm a student of history. I'm a student of history, so like that movie really was that hit my sweet spot. Like just to see how much we fucked that dude over after literally helping us win a war. It's like, wow, bro. Like, oh, you won't make the H-bomb, so now we're going to ruin your life. It's like, holy shit, dude. And Nolan
governments are gangs.
I know, but Nolan is very big on being like historically accurate too. So like you'll go and read like, did this actually happen? And it's like, yeah, no, this happened. And it's like, damn, bro, like our government couldn't even be loyal to a dude that won them the biggest war ever. Like, holy shit.
There's been a lot of movies like that too about the government screwing people over, you know, and they're always like really, really interesting.
I never saw Snowden.
I remember. Did I see Snowden? I think I saw Snowden. But yeah, they fucked him over really hard too, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Davey, did you say what your favorite Nolan film was?
I mean, I've seen Memento and I've seen the Batman movies, and I'm like, have I seen any others? I don't know. Like I there was a certain time in my life where I just wasn't going to the theater very much. Oh, I've seen Insomnia. Yeah, Insomnia is good. I like that.
It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, and I think his Batman movies are good as far as like what they are. It's a different look. It's like Law and Order Batman, it's just got a little bit of a different feel. but I appreciate them for what they are. But I love them.
You know, I think his top 3 are Oppenheimer, Interstellar, and what was it? It was
Dark Knight.
Not Dark Knight's on another. It's like, it's just that for some reason oh God, Dark Knight's one of my favorite movies, but I guess his like think pieces, like his cerebral type movies, Inception. Okay, yeah. I think as far as like his like, cerebral type movies, Inception, Interstellar, Oppenheimer, that's a perfect trilogy. You know?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's weird. The Dark Knight is a great movie. It's like barely a Batman movie, though. It is like a Joker movie. It's interesting that it's that kind of vibe in that movie. That's the least amount of Batman that you get, I think, in that trilogy.
It always makes it's crazy to me too, because I have held the Dark Knight up in like comic book movie history, like higher than anything for the longest time, and then I actually felt like sacrilegious when the Batman came out, and I was like, is that better? I think that's better. And so like
it's different.
It's very, very different, but like I think the Batman is the best Batman
I think it's better.
movie.
I think it's better.
I do too.
Let me ask you guys this question.
He's an actual detective. Like that, like, so it's the weird thing, you know, people think about things in a tier. They're like the casual, you know, comic book fans that they have an idea of who Batman is. And even the people that like, I'm not even that ingrained in it, but like, I love the detective side. Like, to me, that's the interesting stuff that we really haven't seen very much in the movies. Ben Affleck's Batman did it more than anyone else, although Michael Keaton's a little bit. But I loved that, and that's what I really loved about the Batman.
Well, it was
he's working with the police.
Yeah, and the thing I was most impressed about with that movie genuinely was you took a character like the Riddler and made him like
dude, the Riddler was awesome.
Yeah,
dude, like scared the shit out of me. I compared him to Michael Myers because he has those wide eyes the whole. He's always doing this, and it was uncomfortable looking at him.
Part of me is actually mad that they're having the Joker in the Batman too. I'm just like, I don't need it. Like,
too soon.
You give me this rogues gallery. Like, give me these villains that you're teasing. I don't need the fucking Joker in every Batman movie.
Same thing with Lex.
I would normally say that,
get Lex out of there.
Barry Keoghan, though, his take on the Joker is so different, and like I think even like the scariest version of the Joker, that I'm kind of curious to see what a full movie with that Joker is going to be.
I'm morbidly curious about that as well, but it's, you know, it's just like, I really wanted selfishly, like, dude, you made the Riddler like this serial killer mastermind. Like, what could you do with like Mr. Freeze? Like that intrigued me so much. Like, you could take another ridiculous character and make them like an all-timer, and I wanted to see him do that. And again, we don't know who the main villain's going to be. Everybody says it's like the Court of Owls or whatever, but I don't know. I mean, I'm there day one. Like, I literally can't wait for cameras to start rolling, so I know that it's actually finally fucking happening. And I know we're like a month or two away from cameras like rolling on it, so I'm like, dude, I can't wait. But I don't know.
I wanted to ask you guys this question. The Dark Knight was one of the very few movies that I remember when I walked, it was almost like having an out-of-body experience when I was walking out of that movie. Like, I've never had a movie affect me like when I walked out of that movie. And I can't even explain it. But I was just like, wow, I just witnessed something that I might not ever witness again. That's the high that I was on. And it ends perfectly, you know, with Batman having to pretty much take the fall. And it ends on a crescendo. You know, there's very few movies that can end on a crescendo and that much of a high note. And when I was walking out, dude, my heart was like,
it's still one of those movies for me, man. I mean, before the Batman came out, I think that's the last time I watched The Dark Knight. And I just remember when it was over, it takes something out of you. Like, when you watch that movie,
it does.
Just like, ooh, like it's,
you can't get it out of your head for like a week.
And I think it's also just the weightiness of knowing what happened to Heath Ledger and everything. So like every time you watch that movie, you're just like, dude, this guy literally gave his sanity and his life to this role. Like, that is insane.
And anytime somebody like posthumously passes away in a movie, more times than not, the movie doesn't live up to what you want it to live up to. You know, like Aaliyah with you know, the Lestat
Queen,
movie,
Queen of the Damned.
Queen of the Damned. It's a great soundtrack, but the movie itself is and it didn't live up to what it should have been because she passed away. And I think the only other answer I can give besides The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger is The Crow with Brandon Lee. I can't think of any other movie where an actor passed away and then the movie comes out and it's just like boom, like fucking amazing. Those are the only two, and they both actually were 28 and they both had makeup on in their last movie, which is crazy.
Definitely not Poltergeist 3. R.I.P.
No.
Heather O'Rourke, but that movie definitely did not make waves.
No, that's a tough one. That's the one we're starting to get into B movie territory with Poltergeist 2, which is sad. And then the director talks about how he had to it was creepy because she passed away, but they weren't done. And so he had to shoot a scene with her. And so they had to get, I think they had to get a stand-in or and he said it was just really creepy because they had this fake mask over her or something.
It's almost like
that's got to be pretty uncomfortable.
You can't even judge them. You know, you can't even judge them for the final product because I can't imagine being that far into it to where you can't can it. So it's like we have to finish this.
You got to finish it for their to honor them.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, or just to honor the studio because the studio's like, motherfucker, we paid for this already. Like you have. They were
going to shelve The Crow. They were never going to put it out, but then Brandon's mother stated that no, I wanted to come out because I want to honor him. So can you imagine that? We might not have ever gotten The Crow, you know, because they still had 2 weeks of shooting left. So
and if we never got The Crow, we would have never gotten The Crow reboot, and I really dug that. So I know I'm on an island. I'm on an island there. I'm not on an island. There's some people that liked it.
I think both of you guys are there. I still haven't seen that one, but I remember when it came out.
Nick, I've come around to I actually quite love the new Crow movie now. And I went from not hating it, but I didn't like it. I was really disappointed the first time I watched it. And I've watched it. I bought the movie. I got the Steelbook now.
Same.
And man, the score is so good. I even have that score on my Spotify playlist, and I listen to it sometimes. It's a great score.
It's just a very different take on the character.
It's so different. Yeah.
I honestly feel like that's the only way you could have done it. So you can't try to replicate Brandon Lee's Crow. So it's let's do something different. I actually dug that. I was like, okay, cool. They went a different direction here.
I think the second he starts putting when he puts the makeup on, from that point on, I think the movie kicks ass.
The Opera House Massacre is fucking awesome.
Fucking insane.
That shit is awesome.
And they play the music that they played when he was putting on the makeup. I got chills. It was really good. So yeah. Do we want to talk about the Exorcist? Or Nick, do you want to talk anything about Scream 8, or are we kind of sick of talking about Scream? Do we need to let it rest? What do you think?
I am a little screamed out. I'm a little screamed out. You know, my voice is giving out from screaming, but
I don't feel like I can do it anymore.
I do want to touch on The Exorcist briefly, but I will just say about Scream 8. Somebody asked me last night, do I think they'll rush it? No, I think it's going to be 2 years. Because they're looking for a new director, which is crazy to me. I really thought Williamson, after giving them the biggest Scream movie ever, would be like, fuck yeah, dude, this is my baby now. But honestly, kudos to him for being like, nah, man, let somebody else do it. So that's cool. I'm interested to see who they get. I really want some new writers really fucking badly, but I feel like Paramount and Spyglass are going to be like, nah, dude, we gotta bring the gang back because these movies have just been getting bigger and bigger. And it's like, yeah, bigger and bigger, and also dumber and dumber in the most important aspects of the movies. So, yeah, I think it'll be about 2 years. I look forward to it because Scream has yet to let me down. Even my least favorite movie in the series is still watchable.
I think they need to pump the brakes. I don't want Scream 8 in 2027. You know, I think they need to pump the brakes.
Yeah, no.
Even if it's December 2027 to match around the time
hold the fuck on.
Maybe.
And if they play up it, dude, I need a Scream movie in the winter. I fucking need it. I've needed it for the longest time. Just give it
to
the
snow.
Yeah. So that's really my thoughts on Scream 8.
Nick, let me tell you. Somebody asked about Scream earlier. Nick, I want to see what you think of this idea real quick. A Scream movie from Ghostface's point of view. So it's the whole movie it starts with a guy who's not even Ghostface yet. So you get to see what happened, why he wanted to become Ghostface, and then he dons the Ghostface mask, say the first third of the movie, and then he starts doing his thing. Do you think that could work?
I think it could work in the right hands, but to what degree? Work is doing the heavy lifting there. That word is, because
it would have to be a damn good script.
Yeah, and I also feel
Corey Cunningham Scream movie.
I'm in.
Sounds like it'd be a cool.
I'm into. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
I kind of agree with
film
you.
like that.
Yeah, I agree with Davey there. Like, it feels more like I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That makes me think of like In a Violent Nature, and I was not a huge fan of that movie. It was really a rip off of Jason, but it is not interesting to me when we follow the killer's POV for an entire film. Like the entire movie, I'm like, because Davey was talking about this earlier with Hellraiser. Like, most of the time in horror movies, we want to have a character that we can latch onto, that we can root for and care about, and get to know them and see what makes them tick. And like, when you're following the killer, you don't really get that. So, I don't know. I mean, but I would like to see somebody, and I don't even mean to say that in like a way to denigrate at all. Like, no, like if somebody could actually do that as like a fan film or something, or an experiment, like it'd be cool to see how that would look. But for a hour and 45-minute movie in that franchise, I don't know.
Davey was chomping at the bit. Go ahead, Davey.
Yeah. So I just watched Milk and Cereal last night. Have you guys seen that?
Sounds familiar.
No, but I do like milk in my cereal.
So it's the Curry Barker. It's the last film that he made on his YouTube page. So it was like kind of what really, I mean, he'd made other shorts before, but this is like an hour long, this film. And it kind of is, I don't want to spoil anything because I think you guys should watch it. It's very well made and worth the watch. But when you're talking about a diary of the Ghostface kind of thing, that movie kind of does that a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So I think it could work from like a found footage, sort of like they're doing their own interviews as they're going about their their killing spree, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think you can make it work, but I would rather see it as a fan film and not a mainline studio produced thing. Kind of like, I haven't watched all the Saw movies, but it seems like not many people have many nice things to say about the Spiral movie. And it's like, it probably just should have been its own little, like, even more so fan film kind of thing, But yeah.
So I guess we could talk about Exorcist. I don't know anything about this movie. All I know is
you don't know
Mike
anything
Flanagan's,
about the plot.
yeah. Mike Flanagan's directing. He's bringing back the gang, which I'm for. He hasn't proved me wrong yet. Like, the guy, if it's working, you keep stepping on the gas. And he has a team that he likes to work with, acting wise, crew wise, and they make good shit. So yeah, I'm definitely in. He's got Scarlett Johansson. It looks like she might be possessed in the movie because I saw a poster that's got like a cross over her eye.
Yeah, good luck trying to make Scarlett Johansson unattractive. Good luck.
It ain't gonna work. Yeah.
No.
There's a scary movie joke in there somewhere.
Yeah.
No, I'm really
dick off.
I'm really excited for that. Flanagan, I mean, I've said this many times. He has not steered me wrong up to this point.
Yeah.
I think that Flanagan's awesome. And ScarJo, like, yeah, dude, I'm in. Like,
go to your bed.
What are we even talking about?
Go on. Go to your bed.
Yeah. Hold on.
Good girl.
I gotta get the door. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the cast is friggin' stacked here for Exorcist. This is insane. Like, I just pulled it up on IMDb and it's like, yeah, we've got the big names here and everything, but it's like even as you look down the cast, there's still people like, Sasha Cale, who was in the Flash movie. Everyone hated that Flash movie, and I did not. I'm not one of those. But friggin' Lawrence
the Ezra Miller
Fishburne.
Flash movie.
Yeah, I didn't really.
I liked it.
I went in it not expecting much, and I was totally entertained. So yeah, Sasha Cale's going to be in there. I mean, Chiwetel Ejiofor and like Lawrence Fishburne, and dude, Leguizamo is so much fun. I think he's even more fun, like, more lately than earlier on in his career when it seemed like people were pushing him to be more comedic. Yeah. Like, I kind of like Leguizamo when he works it into his character, but it's not like the main thing,
Oh, I love Leguizamo. I mean, he was great in John Wick. And he's also Benny Blanco from the Bronx in Carlito's Way, which is a really cool character.
He's a lot of fun in Violent Night. I love him as the villain in Violent Night.
Yeah, he's great.
Cracks me up. Land of the Dead. I mean, Cholo and Land of the Dead. That's one of the greats right there.
So according to this article, they're starting photography. Accompanying photo of the slate reveals that frequent Flanagan collaborator Michael Famagnari, the Haunting of Hill House, Dr. Sleep, is serving as director of photography. So yeah, it's just pretty much his. Yeah, I don't need to read anymore because that's pretty much what it says. It's his.
Isn't this slated to come out next? Is it March or did they move it up?
Let me see at the bottom here.
I think you're right. March 12th, 2027 is what I'm seeing on IMDb.
Yeah, March 12th, 2027.
Less than a year away. Let's go.
Wow, let's go, dude.
And I can't wait for everyone on YouTube to be like, oh my God, they made a good Exorcist sequel. like everybody that was, I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, but like so many people went into Believer not willing to give that movie a chance, regardless of whether it's good or not, because it was David Gordon Green and it was right after Halloween Ends. And then after it came out and a lot of people were disappointed, the discourse was, don't touch The Exorcist. Like, you shouldn't be making sequels to The Exorcist. You can't top the original. And then all of those same people were like, oh, Mike Flanagan. Oh, this might be good. And then it's going to come out and they're all going to be like, oh, it's good. It's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say don't touch The Exorcist. I was willing to give David Gordon Green a shot. Sure. Yeah. Because I liked Halloween Ends. And I walked away from Exorcist Believer being like, I mean, I think Christian and I, our sentiment was exactly the same. It was like, like it was fine. Like I didn't find it offensively bad. I didn't find it particularly good. It passed the time. There's some decisions I wouldn't have made. But overall, I was like, whatever. I felt like it was harmless. And that movie, everything in the 2 hours in that movie was worth it for the final scene to get Ellen Burstyn and
I'm not mad I watched
Linda Blair.
Linda Blair.
Yeah. Like you said, it's I hated the ending, the final act, but overall it had but like there were a couple of really chilling moments in that movie.
Oh, come on. There's one of the best parts of the movie is in the final act where the demon tricks them and then says, I choose you, and pulls the little girl to hell. And you're like, shit.
I mean, they had some creepy looking stuff, like visually, but you know what also is like the editing. I don't know who edited the movie, but David Gordon Green, I think he likes a certain style of editing in his movies, and you saw a little bit of it in Halloween Ends, but I think he reeled it back a little bit. I think he went a little bit editing crazy in Believer because there's some transitions in there that kind of like throw you off. Like, what are they doing? Because it's just like when they're doing like the family photo in like the first part of the movie, and I was just like, this is weird. It's kind of like discombobulated.
I think he thinks that editing elevates the scares in a movie, which I don't really. I think it's more about mood, atmosphere, lighting. Like that's music. David Gordon Green is very much like jump scare, hectic editing, and it's like that's not scary, David. Like but I do think the human stuff in that movie was actually really good. What was the what's the main actor's name?
Oh man, I'm trying to remember. I can't
remember.
I can't remember his name.
He's a really good actor, and I thought he was really good in it. I liked the relationship with his daughter. I liked the kind of juxtaposition you had between his family and the other girl's family, and how different they were. Like the human stuff. But again, I think David Gordon Green does the human stuff pretty well in a lot of his movies. I don't think.
Let me ask you this,
problem.
Nick.
Are you guys talking Leslie Odom Jr.? Is that who you're
Leslie
talking
Odom,
about?
Maybe,
yes.
Cool. Nick, do you think Believer failed because it was an Exorcist movie and they usually don't do that well anyway? Or do you think it failed because it was just a really bad movie?
Okay, well, we do need to put this in perspective because like people ran with this on the internet and it really made me laugh. The movie made like almost $150 million, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So like, but everybody was like, oh, it's a failure because the reporting came out like, hey, Blumhouse purchased the rights for $400 million. So it was like, oh, to make only $150 million on this one. But like you give any other horror movie, a requel, no less, $150 million at the box office, and people are going, oh, wow. Okay, they did pretty well there. So it was really just the price tag to acquire the rights, which I don't know why Blum paid that. That was absolutely.
Was it $400 million they spent on?
They figured they're going to make. You figure you're going to make movies for 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, right? 100%. But like Halloween is a bigger property than Exorcist, and they didn't pay $400 million for that. So like,
and it's a better property too.
The Exorcist was not marketable at that point. Nobody cared about any movie since 3, and 3 wasn't a hit until years later. So it's it's wild to me that they paid that. I think that's bad business, but it did. I mean, it was a lot of people went and saw the movie. I think that the reason why it has the cloud over its head that it's seen as a failure is, one, the price tag to acquire the rights, but 2, David Gordon Green coming off of Halloween Ends. I think it was a really bad move following Ends, because half of the horror fan base was like, this guy fucking sucks.
People hated it. I mean, you got freaking Gold Standard. Like, he can't, that's all he talks about is how much he hates David Gordon Green's trilogy. You have fans like that. They just, he really got on their bad side.
Look at Shyamalan. We've seen it throughout Shyamalan's career. When he's coming off of a stinker or two, his next movie does not do very well. Like Trap. Trap did not really make waves because people were like, your last few movies have sucked. Like, no thanks.
Yeah. Let me say hey to my buddy Cody Falk. And I don't think Cody will mind me saying this. Those of you that don't know, I was associate producer on a Crow fan film that was supposed to come out late last year, but then there were some things that held it up, some distribution things. And we do have a trailer, a brand new trailer for the movie. Because I've had people ask me, like, what's going on with the Crow movie? There is a brand new trailer coming out this week. And I'm not going to say when the movie's coming out, but watch the trailer, because the release date will be at the end of the new trailer. I'm excited. Cody's excited. The whole team's excited. The reviews that we've been seeing from like test screenings of this movie have been through the roof. And so I'm really excited. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm really excited. I can't wait. I mean, this is something that Cody and I had talked about. It might be like almost 3 years now that we were just like, he was like, hey, what do you think about making a Crow fan film? You know, because we're both big Crow fans. And I was like, that's a fucking awesome idea. And I remember at one time we had a completely different idea. He was going to do something like in like, I think the whole movie was going to take place in like kind of like a haunted house type thing. But then that got scrapped. And so it got really ambitious. So I'm really looking forward to finally getting this thing out and people seeing it and me seeing it. So I wanted to at least say that, since I saw him there in the chat. The trailer will be dropping, I believe, at the end of this week or sometime during this week. All right. So
I backed that thing like 2 years ago, maybe. When the trailer, like, I really dug the trailer. Or, you know, I purchased a Blu-ray, so it was nothing like too crazy. But looking forward to that being released.
Good shit.
Yeah. Me too. Let's see. We're
Carrie was asking what it's called. It's called Days of Sodom.
Yep, Days of Sodom. I think at one time, I think it's still called Days of Sodom. Originally, it was going to be called The Crow Days of Sodom, but then there were some legal issues with that, and it went back and forth. Cody, you're in there. Did we ever change the name back to The Crow Days of Sodom, or is it still called just Days of Sodom? I think it's still called just Days of Sodom. But I mean, just seeing the trailer, I got really pumped for it, because, you know, that was the first time I actually, you know, these ideas actually came to fruition. And I'm like, oh shit, it's actually happening. And that's just the great thing about filmmaking and art in general, is like everything starts with just an idea, a spark. And then oftentimes the idea of actually making it turn into like a 2-hour movie or something like that, or just a pipe dream. But when you can actually make it happen, I mean, even if you make a bad movie, and I don't think this is going to be a bad movie, but I've often said this before. Yeah, I give movies bad ratings, but that person made a movie, and to be able to do something like that is, you know, even Chris Stockman. I wasn't the biggest fan of his new movie, but I was still in awe that the guy did it. He finally, you know,
because he's so low energy, you can't believe he actually like was able to be awake long enough to make a movie. Holy cow, Chris! Where's the smelling?
They had
salt,
a nap
bro?
schedule, so yeah.
Never saw it. Never saw it. It did not.
Never saw Shelby Oaks.
No, it didn't catch. Or Iron Lung. I mean,
I haven't seen Iron Lung yet.
Chris's technical work on it is good. It's the story for me. So it's like, I think
it's definitely the story.
Maybe if somebody else wrote the movie, he can make a better movie, I think. But whatever.
Davey, wouldn't you say it's kind of front loaded and then it just kind of like peters out?
It's like somebody is 14 and they're starting their first band and they just learn a bunch of cover songs.
Yeah.
Because it's just like all these things and ideas that I've seen, you know, an amalgamation of good ideas in other movies that aren't very cohesive and just never really felt like they were going in the same direction.
Yep. And there are some people that like Allie there. She liked it. And I saw, you know, there's it's fan base.
And I'm not even saying it's bad, you know, it's just that it's like
I've seen far worse movies.
It's just kind of just there, you know. Like you were saying, Nick, it's tough to be like, I can't really be too passionate about it because I don't hate it and I don't love it. I'm just sort of like, all right, there we go.
Guys, what is the worst thing? A movie that is like, I mean, just absolute shit stain horrible, or a movie that's just like
bland and boring is the worst.
Yeah, bland and boring, I think, is worse than an
that's the biggest crime. Boring is the biggest crime.
Because at least if you have a shitstorm, you can laugh about it, you know?
When you walk out of a movie and shrug, it's the worst because you don't even feel compelled to make a video about it. You're like, okay.
Dude, I've been there so many times.
But like when something pisses me off, it's like, oh, I can't wait to fucking eviscerate this thing. So
I hate to say it, but I mean, you get a lot of screeners of movies that maybe they go to theaters, but maybe they don't. Maybe they go to Shudder. And more times than not, let's just say this. When one of those movies is awesome, you're like, okay, yeah, finally. Because most of the time, it's just like, all right, they had a cool couple of scenes. And
my audience has been on my ass, and I see people talking about it in the chat right now. I made a video like a month ago, like hyping people up for Undertone. Like, nobody's talking about this movie, go see it. And then I didn't go see it. And people are like, where's your review of Undertone? And I'm like, I didn't see it yet. Sorry. That was a crazy week. So I couldn't go to the theater that weekend. And I don't know if you guys are like I am, but like after opening weekend, when the hype dies down and everyone's seen it, you're almost kind of like, I'll catch it on streaming.
Same.
Like
there's been a few movies that have passed me by, like Iron Lung. When Iron Lung came out that weekend, I was just like, oh man, I was chomping at the bit. I wanted to go see it so bad. At the second weekend, I was like, okay, I'm done. But Undertone I loved Undertone. I thought it was
to see it in theaters. I'm going to see it this week because I need to see it with like the surround sound. I need to be
you got to see it in Dolby if you can.
Yeah, the Dolby was great, and the movie for me just like did not pay off.
There you go.
It has all this great technical work, and then there's not really a payoff. The more I started thinking about like the plot and what was really going on, is I was like, I don't understand how this thing actually connects to that thing because they're not really connected.
I think they could have explained the. Yeah, I agree. They could have. They needed to connect it more to make you go, oh, you know. But it had some good scares in it. I thought though. You know,
the main character, I was like, I would really like to root for this person, and I'm having a difficult time doing that. And they're one of two people in the movie, so I need to like somebody.
I think I even said in my review, I loved the experience of this movie in the theater, but I'm almost wondering if I saw this at home on just a regular TV, would I like it as much? Because I loved the theater experience. I did. It was, you know, kind of like Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, but I just thought it was like, that could have been a 40-minute short and it would have been like perfect.
Yeah. Guys, there is an update on Jennifer's body.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yes.
Let's check this out.
Let's see Jennifer's body this time, you sons of bitches.
They finally show Jennifer's body this time.
I know.
You just got to Google the behind the scenes picture.
Trust me. I have.
The scene where she comes out of the lake, I thought things were going to happen that did not happen in this.
Yeah, it's bullshit. But I saw what, dude, they've been talking about this for months. I really hope that the studio is actually like, let's fucking do this, because you know, all the time writers write scripts and actors are like, yeah, dude, I want to be in that, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen. So like,
well, we got Diablo Cody. She is writing. Let's see. Hold on. Currently writing the sequel. So we have been hearing about a potential Jennifer's Body sequel for the past few years now, with writer Diablo Cody, star Amanda Seyfried, and director her, all expressing interest in making Jennifer's Body 2 at various points over the years. The fan base for her 2009 horror movie Jennifer's Body has grown a whole lot in recent years, with many reevaluating. Okay, I'm good on that. Yes, I want to do a sequel. Cody told Bloody Disgusting, I am not done with Jennifer's Body. I just need to find. I need to partner with people who believe in it as much as. So we'll see Jennifer's Body in 2030. Okay, there's your update.
Yeah, see, that's what I got from this. It's like
that's a blue ball update.
I've got an idea, and you know, we just need a studio to, you know, give us money and make it. And it's like, okay, I've got ideas too. I just need a studio, guys, and we're good. We're gonna have it. So I'm
sick of like blue ball news updates. Are you guys sick of those? Like they give us like just a little nugget of something that's probably still not going to happen. It's not why even report it? Yeah. It's just like, are they thirsty for content? Everything's content these days. Yep. Drives me nuts. Give me a real update. You know?
Yeah.
Hey,
well, what about
we're in development, you know?
Yeah.
Give me something.
Well, we were talking about like the fake entertainment news, like in our little DM chat. And I don't know if you guys saw this one, but it's like a picture. It's Robert Pattinson is playing Leon Kennedy in a Paul Thomas Anderson Resident Evil movie. And that cracks me up to no end. I saw that because the dude just won 3 Academy Awards. He is not making a Resident Evil movie.
It got my brother. He sent it to me the other day. He's like,
it was all over.
Bro. He's like, this is going to be crazy. And I replied, I was like, yeah, it's even crazier that it's not real. On a quick Google search would have fucking told you that.
I think Bloody Disgusting needs to have an edging section. So that way, at least everybody knows what they're getting into. You know, let's go through the edging section to see.
Michael Dougherty's talking about.
He's talking about it. He had a spaghetti dinner.
Okay, but guys, can we just talk about how that is legitimately fucking insane? Because you know, Legendary has made so much money off that property at this point.
Yeah,
the fact that they greenlit a sequel like a decade ago. But they really didn't, because Dougherty's talked many times about like, just waiting, waiting to get the word. It's like, dude,
it's been like 19 years, right? 2007.
Yeah,
2000. Yeah. Is it 7 or 9?
They filmed it in 6. It came out in 7, and then it came out on the festival circuit in 7, and then on to home video in 09.
And it's crazy because that really could have been like a bi-yearly or even yearly anthology like Halloween was supposed to be.
Still could.
Like it's I can't believe that's an idea that's a cheap moneymaker. How have they sat on it for 19 years?
How is it that we constantly get a dump truck full of dog shit on every streaming service, but we can't get a Trick or Treat too? How does that happen?
There's got to be something else going on behind the scenes there, because you and I, all of us know, go to a Spirit Halloween every year. Sam and Trick or Treat is insane.
Oh yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's like freaking printing money.
There's no way that Legendary is the one holding this up.
And
somebody
it wouldn't
else
even cost that much to make, you know?
No,
even the people that don't like the movie talk about it every October on YouTube.
Every October.
Yeah, they can't help but
annual
talk about it.
It's the number 2 probably most watched movie on Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween, Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
No contest.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
So
yeah, it's crazy to me. I mean, I don't know. I'm at a point where it was crazy. I shot my shot on Halloween night. I posted like a picture of me watching Trick or Treat, like it was like the title card or whatever.
Yep.
And Michael Dougherty liked it, and I was like, oh shit. So I was like, I'm gonna DM him. Of course, he never saw it, but like, he's just like, hey, dude, what the fuck's going on with Trick or Treat 2? I didn't say it like that, but yeah,
you're like, you up?
I love, I know, like 2 a.m. like you up, but no, like I love him as a director, and he does monsters so fucking well. My favorite MonsterVerse Godzilla movie is King of the Monsters. It's my favorite one.
Yeah, me too.
So Krampus is fantastic.
Yep.
Trick or Treat is fantastic. Like, bro, what are we doing here?
It's crazy. This is crazy. This is
I got
crazy.
a like the other day from Brett Scallions, from the lead singer of Fuel.
Oh wow, there you go.
I got a random like from him on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's cool, man." Brett Scallions, he's got a great voice.
I've got one. I'm a huge fan of like Reno 911, all those people that were like in the state back in the early 90s on MTV, and they are some of the sweetest people to interact with on Instagram. Like Thomas Lennon from Reno 911 Dangle. He's always liking the comments and everything. But Carrie Kinney Silver posted her whole like, what were you like in the 90s, mom?
Yeah.
And I posted this comment about just like, I was like, your mom was in a badass punk band and a badass punk comedy troupe. And just, I wrote my little blurb, and my little comment has like over 300 likes.
Nice.
That's the biggest thing that's ever happened to me on Instagram ever. And she even replied to it. And I was like, oh, it's amazing.
Man.
There you go.
You should have got some of that Scream 7 money on X. By that, I mean $0, but we should, you know,
yeah.
I got freaking gangbuster likes about. I could post Scream 7 farts smell like, you know, toasted marshmallows.
Yeah, dude,
I got 300 likes. It was crazy.
That week. My Twitter account, I think it said I had like 400,000 impressions, and I was actually thinking that week, like, dude, do I want to fucking like subscribe?
Everybody
to
was
this
on that Scream
and
7 band.
Get some money from X, and then I was
people were like this on their keyboard, just hitting like with everything that Scream 7.
Yeah, because
you get a like, and you get a like, and you get a like.
It was a pissing contest. There were so many people that were like, "Yeah, fuck you, boycotters!" Like they couldn't wait to see anything positive.
And you could straight up lie. And you'd still get people agreeing with you and liking, you know, just like I think I even did it as an experiment, you know. The adjusted for inflation defense that people kept trying to use. It's just like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's
you've been waiting to play that.
Whatever you need to say to fucking coddle yourself to sleep tonight. Like
but the movies that they like, they don't use the adjusted.
Oh yeah, inflation. If Scream 6 had done it, they would have been like, it's the fucking biggest one.
Scream. They know the defense. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's so funny to me because I'm like, wow, they're acting a lot like Amber and Richie.
They really are.
Like Scream 7 is Stab 7.
Where was all their
7 is Stab 7.
And I know you
backwards meta. Wow.
I know you liked it, Lee, and I'm not trying to throw jabs because I'm looking forward to seeing it myself, but I'm just gonna say this. Where was all that energy for Ready or Not 2's big box office? That's all I'm saying.
Dude,
that's all I'm saying. The internet's not real life.
Yeah, I got egg on my face on that one because I remember we were talking about it, and I was like, this movie's going to be huge. Boy, was I wrong. Like nobody gave a fuck about Ready or Not 2, but I didn't realize that it had been like freaking 7 years. Yeah. 7 years, dude. I thought Ready or Not came out like 2 years ago.
But even then, Ready or Not was just a modest.
It was
movie. Like you know,
I don't think we're going to get another Ready or Not movie.
Probably not, and quite frankly, I don't think you should.
Nick, you said you haven't seen Ready or Not 2 yet?
No, I have not.
Yes, you have. It's called Ready or Not. It's the same movie.
That's pretty much what I've heard. Oh, I have not heard anybody be like, dude, it was awesome. No, like the best I've heard about it was it was fine. Like
it's like watching the first movie twice, you know, with different things but it's just
it makes less sense though.
Yeah.
When they get into the rules, I was like, I don't think I went to it by myself. There was only like, you know, maybe 8 other people in the theater, and I'm doing like miming hand movements that are like, what is this? Like, what is happening here? I think they are going to do a third one though. It's going to be a crossover with Abigail. There we go. I think it's going to be the vampire family takes over.
I think we've seen the end of Ready or Not. I think it's over.
And the vampire family is going to take over. They don't have souls, so the devil doesn't hold any power over them. Can't make them explode willy-nilly. And that's going to be
spoilers.
The third Ready or Not. Well, you've seen the first movie, right? You know that the devil can make people explode.
Yeah, but I didn't know if there's actually vampires. If that's a real thing.
No, Abigail is it's in a shared universe.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We're not going to tell you if there are actual vampires in Ready or Not 2.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, cool.
All right. Let's close it off. Davey, what do you got coming up, brother? What do you want to promote?
So I'm going to do Late Night with the Davey here on Wednesday. I still need to figure out what the heck that is all about, but I'm super pumped about the new series I started, The Horror Courtroom. That was a lot of fun.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Defended Halloween Resurrection while the
prosecuted. I saw that shit. I popped in there for a couple minutes and I was like, I want to hear what he has to say. And I was like, I can't duck out. I can't.
But it's a courtroom, so even if I don't believe it, I have to. You know, it's pro bono work that I'm doing here.
Better you than me.
But then the one thing I've got coming up this weekend that I'm really excited about is she was in the chat earlier, Julie Lynn. She's over on like Night Watch Zone, and she's popped up other places as well. We're going to talk about Ready or Not 2, and They Will Kill You, because they've got this similar
dude, it's the same
trying to kill people.
That comes out this week. It's going
to be a little bit of a compare and contrast with those two movies, just kind of a discussion. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. And other than that, covering if any big news story pops up, we'll cover that. And I'm going to watch Scary Movie this weekend for everyone. Is
that this weekend? Scary Movie 6?
No, but I have to watch the original because they reached a super chat goal, and I am not a fan. So this should be a fun one for everyone.
You'll have a good time.
Me through.
You're gonna.
I'll find a way.
Yeah, it's fun, man. You'll have a good time. Trust me. What about you, Nick?
Good question. So I do know that we're gonna do UNITA this week. I don't know what day. Yes, in space. I actually had an idea. Well, granted, it was given to me by somebody else that was like, "Hey, I really liked your what if Leprechaun pitch idea. You should do that more with like other franchises of where you would like to see them go." So I was like, you know what, that'd be cool. So I think I'll do a couple videos like that this week. It was requested by multiple people to do a tier list of the looks of Jason Voorhees throughout all the movies. So I'm gonna put those into tiers. Yeah, man. I'm gonna stay busy this week. I mean, you guys know how it is. We got a week left in the ad revenue period. So let's put our heads down and get to work. But yeah, so I don't know. I got a lot of stuff that, again, I fly by the seat of my pants here. So
I'm right there with you, Nick. You're having to like think outside the box lately on YouTube. Like I've been trying to like think of other stuff to do. Like I did the Scream and Halloween ranking, and a lot of people like that idea. So I think I'm gonna rank two, like franchise versus franchise. So I might put Friday against Nightmare and rank all those movies. Something to keep it interesting. But we got some new release. I think there's still a lot of like good horror movies coming up. Like
Hokum. Well, it's just a really bad time of year. Like it's a really bad time of year on YouTube because you don't have a lot of heavy hitters coming out in the horror department this time of year. You also have spring break, summer's about to start. Like it's a very, very weird time. So yeah, you're kind of having to think outside of the box. I mean, I posted about this over the weekend. I was genuinely shocked to see that every Leprechaun Revisited video I did at least 1,000 views on all of it. And I was like, that's crazy, because when I decided I'm going to go back and do a series on the Leprechaun, I was like, this might fucking flop.
But
you never can tell. It didn't like it amassed almost 20,000 views between the 8 movies. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, and there was a lot of people that found my channel from it. And they were like, oh, finally someone's talking about the Leprechaun. And I'm like, that got me thinking, like, how the fuck can we not have another Leprechaun movie at this point with Warwick? Like, if you made this thing on a $10 million budget and you brought Warwick back and you actually like, you marketed it like this is over the top, insane, bloody fun, like you'd make your money back and then some.
Lucky Charms tonight. Lucky Charms tonight. Come on, chat. Lucky Charms tonight.
Davey, you just gave us the name of this episode. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I still haven't seen any of the Leprechaun movies. I can't do it.
What?
Oh, dude.
No.
Lee, the first and third movie are so worth watching. They're legitimately good. Good. First and third.
I do need to dig into some catalog reviews again. So
I will say, Lee, I think Leprechaun 3, I don't even think that's a movie that's like, oh, it's so bad it's good. No, I think it's actually good. Like I think it's a good movie. Yeah.
Right. That guy did
Night of the Demons 2. The same director did Night of the Demons 2, and it has a really similar feel. Like it's funny, it's sexy.
Caroline Williams. Come on, man.
Yeah. I didn't know Caroline Williams was in there. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'll notice a lot of character actors in there, but okay, for you guys, I'll give it a shot. Okay. I'll try to get the first one watched before the next hit the bricks. How about that?
Okay.
Dude, the first one, Jennifer Aniston, like you can tell she's gonna be a star. She brings it. Immediatamente bringing it.
Are you talking about the shirt that she's wearing or something?
She actually gives a good performance. Yeah,
her sass is like, I'm like, oh my god, this chick rocks. Like she's just got so much personality. She's a little spitfire. Super cute. Yeah.
All right.
Leprechaun 2 is not great though. I won't lie to you. Leprechaun 2 is that weird one in the middle. Like 1 is good, 3 is good, and 2 is like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. The final girl is so gorgeous, but a dreadful performer. So bad. I don't like her at all.
It's terrible. And she
so unfair.
She talks like with a deep voice too.
Oh,
it's
Jesus.
like it's something, man. But you
I kind of want to start with 2 now.
You can't take your eyes off of her. Siobhan Durkin, she is gorgeous, but my fucking God, is her performance so bad. And also, there's a titty shot, but it's not her. It's a body double. And it's the worst thing. Do that. It's the worst thing in the world.
I quit Leprechaun.
That should be against the law.
I know.
Because that's
terrible.
I know.
Lucky Charms tonight.
What sucks is that like you went your whole life thinking it was that person, and then one day you wake up and you find out that it wasn't. It was a body double, and you're like, "What have I been doing with my life?"
I'm going to be honest with you. The first time I watched that movie, I knew, and I think you will too. Because it's immediately like cut to just the chest.
Yeah.
Now cut back to the head. Now cut back to the chest, and it's like, really?
They pretty much show that process at the end of Body Double, Brian De Palma's Body Double, because the movie's about a body double at the end of the movie. But yeah, that's a classic freaking movie. All right, my dog's going crazy, but yeah, go ahead, Debbie.
What they should do with that titty shot from Leprechaun 2 is intersplice in the fake Lin Shaye titty shot from There's Something About Mary.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! There we go. Yeah,
I'm in. Let's do it.
All right, guys, that's another episode in the can. Next one will be episode 20. So going to be really exciting. I will try to get Leprechaun watched, maybe reviewed before the next episode. Or maybe I won't review it and I'll just let you guys know what I think of it when I
You need to also do Poltergeist 2015.
Okay, I'll try.
I gotta see that fucking thumbnail, Lee.
Thumbnail is this for the other for Leprechaun, it's this, and it says Nick made me watch it.
No, it'll probably be like this.
Yeah, there you go.
What if Lee's thumbnail for Poltergeist is like, and it's like, actually kind of good? Question mark?
Question mark? Dot. Exclamation.
Best in the franchise?
Yeah, better than the original? Oh God, I'll lose
just
my
to get Christian
mind.
back, Lee. You have to do it just to get Christian back.
All right.
For the
I'll do it for the thumbnail.
Yes.
Everything for the thumbnail.
Yes.
All right, guys. Everybody take care of each other. We love you. Mwah.